Welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy. I'm Josh, and today we have the Ruger 1022, and I know that you guys have been waiting for this series. We also have all of our kit parts, and remember, we did the video and this thing was shooting all over the place. It is still in the stock configuration. We have changed the optic over to a Blackhound Emerge. We're going to be testing that. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a fresh target up at 50 yards. We are going to shoot this in its stock configuration again, but this time with some SK long range ammo, and we have not shot this at all out of this setup or anything here. So this is just a totally blind test. It is the only ammo we're going to use today. And in a future video, we will take our final configuration and we will kind of lot test it and see just how good it is. But one ammo today to keep things consistent. So I did poll you guys to figure out what order we're going to do this. So barrel, trigger, and then bolt. So we'll do that. If there's a lot of requests for other things, to test other things, we will do that. Obviously, we have already moved over to the Oryx. The wooden chassis I had, it was actually glass bedded. So I don't think we're gonna see much difference there as far as just raw accuracy, but ergonomically, obviously this has a cheek riser and it's just more comfortable. So let's shoot those initial groups and then we'll keep right on rolling through the changes and we're gonna figure out together what makes the biggest difference. All right. Factory configuration. We're gonna try and shoot the top left. Let's see how this works out. You guys remember from last time, yeah, kind of crazy. Let's see what we got. So far, so good. I think that's it. All right, so yeah, over an inch, inch and a half maybe. So on to the first thing, barrel. All right, so kid barrel is in. Obviously it looks great, fit and finish was good. Nice snug fitment, didn't have to do anything crazy, did go right into the action. Not sure where this is gonna shoot. So typically, swapping barrels like this, you're not gonna have same point of aim, point of impact. So we're gonna shoot kind of middle. I'm gonna shoot second row and middle of the target, and hopefully it'll be somewhat close. If not, we might do something else. But this is the very first shots out of this. Hey, right there at the target. All right, so quite the difference, I would say. Still not crazy good, not what a kid can do. So maybe there's some room for improvement still, but we're gonna go to the right of that. We're gonna shoot 5 more before we go ahead and install the next part. And we're gonna go ahead and move this 2/10 right. And let's see what we can do. 5 shots. Okay, kid. All right, let's get on with the rest of the install. So some of you might be wondering, well, Josh, why are you using SK long range? We know you love Ely. Well, of course, I do love Ely, but I didn't want this to be about the ammo. I didn't want people to think there was some sort of bias going on. So SK long range match, and a lot I've never shot before across the entire test. I said, we'll do a future video where we go and lot test this, and I can almost guarantee you that Ely is going to be the ammo that we end up with for long range shooting. But let's go left. Now let's go back to that top row. We're going to go top row center. Wind has changed a little bit. Let's see if we can put down 5 or 10 here. 2-stage trigger, the BX is now gone. All right, I think the wind just got us on that last one, but as you see, it is just sending them in there. I don't really shoot a 2-stage a lot. It's not a bad setup, just takes a little getting used to. All right, so now we have the single stage installed. That is also kid. So let's see what we got. We're gonna pick somewhere. Let's go top right, see how close we are or not. All right, we're just a little low. That's looking pretty good. Gonna come up 2/10. We're having to make little adjustments, you know, as we're messing with this, taking this in and out. That's to be expected. There we go. Oh yeah, she's hammering. Yeah. So trigger, I think an improvement just for shooter ergonomics for me. Obviously the 2-stage, you know, not that familiar with 2 stages, no excuses there. Single stage feels a little bit more like home. Now we're gonna do the last part, which is the kid bolt. We load this, you'll notice that the kid scallop bolt is in there. So we are at our last piece of the puzzle here. Actually gonna do another video with a kid receiver and talk about the benefits of that and switch over to that on this build and see if that has any effect. And just for the guys who are super interested in this testing process, I have been shooting like 4 to 5 between everything. We're gonna move down to the 3rd row and we're gonna do middle, and we should be close enough. The wind has picked up a little bit, which sucks, but let's see what we got. Middle target, 3rd row. I guess it does help still if you load one. Low. So the first one low, and next two is stacked. And now we're stacking. All right, so we are a little low, little left. It's probably the wind. And that's the first couple out of this, so it may just be that spring settling in. We're gonna move one target to the right. Still looking pretty dang good. So excuse the mess down here because that's the aftermath, but overall, after looking at this, looking at the groups, obviously the biggest difference is the barrel. It was just freaking night and day difference. We went from over an inch to shooting very tidy groups that would be very respectable for NRL, PRS-22, just backyard fun shooting. So obviously biggest bang for the buck is the barrel. That kind of goes without saying. The triggers, kind of shooter's choice. I don't think I actually saw any accuracy difference with the trigger. I think the Ruger BX was okay, but I did prefer the kit triggers. They do break a lot cleaner. They are a lot crisper. So maybe if we're shooting under the pressure of time in a competition or trying to shoot long range, then yeah, the triggers would have made a bigger difference. So the bolt, again, didn't make a huge difference. Still shooting nice groups, but it does come with extra springs. Now, I did install the silver, so maybe there's a little something to be gained if I play with the springs. I will do a little bit more research on that. We will play with that a little bit more when we go to do our final accuracy testing on the different lots of ammunition. But overall, from start to finish, for the money involved, obviously the barrel was the big winner here, but for not a lot of money, you can go from shooting pretty crazy groups to pretty crazy good groups, with your 1022. The other parts obviously offer some versatility in your shooting styles, changing springs on the bolts. The bolt overall is just a lot nicer, and obviously the triggers are just a lot cleaner, crisper, and are gonna make it a little easier for you to shoot better groups. But overall, super happy with this, super happy with the Oryx. The Blackhound Emerge so far for just out of the gate seems to be pretty good, tracking pretty good, no problems with it. Of course, we've got a lot more testing to do on both this Oryx and this Emerge, but hopefully if you were looking at parts for your 1022 and you weren't sure what you were gonna get or what may provide the biggest bang for the buck, hopefully this helped you. If it did, throw the video a like, throw a comment down there, let me know what kind of parts you're running on your 1022. And again, this is not the end. We are gonna upgrade to a kit receiver on the next video. We are gonna do some overall accuracy testing, and we are gonna push this thing out to at least 150, 180 yards on some steel and have a little bit of fun. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next one.